FIFA 21, the most heckin' swaz game which is home to one of the most dominant and flawed game modes across all of gaming, and that is none other than Ultimate Team. This game mode is and has been incredibly unbalanced, but I think I might just have the solution we've all been looking for. Hello Dark Void that is the internet, my name is Nick and I'm one of the four brothers here on Sofa Bits, the YouTube channel that most cool people describe as nice. So for a bit today, I want to talk about the latest installment of EA's yearly football or soccer franchise, FIFA 21, and more specifically, how I would fix their flagship game mode, Ultimate Team. But before I get into my solution, it is important for me to first explain why I think the game mode needs fixing. Ultimate Team is a mode where you assemble a squad of football players from all around the world and play online against other FIFA players or offline against the AI. And how do you get these player cards for your team? Well, by competing in game modes within Ultimate Team, you can earn coins to spend on players in the transfer market. But the main way of accumulating players is through packs. Spend coins earned in-game or spend actual money to open these loot boxes for the chance to get prized players into your side. So let's be blunt, this game mode is pay to win. If you pay enough money, you will eventually get the best players and have an upper hand on the competition. These are not cosmetic items you are paying for, these are vital game pieces. And yes, you can work your way solely through gameplay and completing objectives to get packs to build a side, but let's be real. If you want to be able to compete at the top, or sometimes just keep up with those in your skill level, spending money will give you that upper hand. It is certainly a feel-bad moment when you are assembling your squad of ragtag players and come up against the god squads of Messi's, Pele's, and Ronaldo's. Because when you lose, there's a feeling that it wasn't fair. You lost because you weren't willing to cough up the money. Even if the reason was that you just lost because they were a better player, it doesn't remove the fact that they had the upper hand to begin with. All FIFA players know about this issue, but it is only part of the reason why I'm making this video. The other part is that Ultimate Team, to me, has been increasingly pushed toward its competitive side, i.e. FUT Champions, and left a more casual market behind. Heck, even the in-game description of Division Rivals, which is the main mode for online play, says, earn rewards and gain access to the FUT Champions Weekend League. Division Rivals is just being used as a gateway into FUT Champions. And I'm not saying that the hyper-competitive side of FIFA is a bad thing. I am just suggesting a single solution that lets both sides coexist. So what's the answer? I would like to add a wage component, or wage stat, to player cards. The better the card, the higher the wage. When squad building, you would have a wage cap. So, elite players like Mbappe or Messi would take up a huge chunk of your available space. This basically limits the amount of high-tier components each squad can contain, making squad building more unique and make for a more level playing field. Well, hold on, Nick, that kind of sounds like you're trying to ruin the ultimate part of Ultimate Team. Now, before you go crazy, let me first just say that this wage cap would not apply to FUT Champions. The players and pros wanting to compete for the best should be able to play with the best the game has to offer. But by applying this to modes like Division Rivals and Squad Battles, I believe this will add a much needed leveler to matchmaking, and add a bit more individuality when squad building. And here's the other thing. This can also be used to break up metas within the game. Right now, it's all about that pace. So by upping the wage of certain players that dominate this space, you will open up the game to different solutions. And I am no game designer by any stretch, but I imagine changing a number on a single stat is easier to implement than changing the effectiveness of a gameplay mechanic. But yes, the gameplay itself is still going to have to get patched. Holding through ball to win is not great gameplay, and metas will still arise even with this added layer, but I do believe this would see a greater variety within those metas and make them less dominant. If you get a front three of Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, and Kingsley Coman to abuse the pace, perhaps this wouldn't allow you to afford a capable defense at the back. So maybe you drop Dembele and bring in a better defender, and so on and so forth. It puts a limit on high-tier players. I just want to be able to enjoy my time in division rivals and squad battles, seeing a variety of squads and feeling as though I have a fair chance every time I go to play. I don't want to see the credit card squads full of icons in my lowly Division 5, nor do I want to see the same set of players and formations over and over again. Now, I am sure there are many holes to my solution, but allow me to address a few that I can see. Some may say that making a squad would be overly complex when dealing with chemistry and then wage limits together. To that, I would say, personally, I love the squad puzzle aspect of Ultimate Team, and I am sure there are more like me. But more importantly, there is a huge community around FIFA, and I'm sure you would be able to get enough advice or some ideas to get you on your way. Another issue is that there would need to be a space where pro players can test their god squads for FUT Champions. And to that, maybe it could be that your division rival ranking plays a role with your wage budget. Like how teams at the top in real life have more money to spend than those at the bottom. In Division 1, there could be no cap. You can go buck wild. But by having standardized wage caps on each division, you would remove the seismic imbalances between opponents. Additionally, going through and determining a wage value for each player would be an insane amount of work. Yeah, it would. There's no way around that. But I think the benefit to the casual player and to the gameplay experience itself is great enough to warrant its inclusion. Overall, adding a wage budget system is one change that could create a more diverse, fair, and engaging game experience for all players, especially those like myself, who aren't interested in FUT Champions but want to enjoy all that Ultimate Team offers. So that's the way I would fix Ultimate Team. If you like my idea, hate it, or have one of your own, let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And with that, I've been Nick, the brunette brother of Sofa Bits, and I'll see you next time.